There are lots of reasons to like Com-pac's 14-foot picnic cat. She's big on the inside. With cockpit seats only just shy of 10 feet, you can carry plenty of camp gadgets, your tent, your sleeping bag, and ample provisions with room to spare under those spacious seats. Personally, I like the idea of going where no sailboat has gone before. Here, I've just launched from one of my favorite ramps. Sure, you've got to get out under a low bridge, and there's only about 3 feet of water in the creek leading out to the lake. But the ramp is quiet, and you'll never see a wave or much wind at the dock. I launch mast down and set up on the water, motoring out into the bridge standing to have a good view and steering with my foot on the tiller. Watch your depth here. There's an underwater speed bump that's sometimes just a couple of feet under your keel. The picnic cat is stable and sure-footed. Maybe I give away a little speed to racing thoroughbreds, but I more than make up for it with the overall capability of my little vessel. Thin water and overhead obstructions are all in a day's work for the picnic cat. Getting ready to set up, I throttle back and free the tie, keeping the shrouds neat and tidy. I need to use a bungee cord here, but that would be thinking ahead. I like to keep my boat shipshape in Bristol fashion, but I must admit I tied the shrouds up with an aging nylon web sail tie. Next time I'll use the bungee. My old sun-dried sail tie takes too much fussing to free. Meanwhile, I'm drifting to where I don't want to be. The starboard bank is not near as friendly looking as the one to my port. Not a problem, though. A nudge on the tiller buys me a minute or two, and that's really all I need to do what I need to do. Once the shrouds are free, it's just a matter of pivoting the mast up on its innovative hinge, the mast tender system. It's a single-handed operation. Obviously, the job can be done while single-handing, but it's single-handed for another reason. You can step the mast with either your left hand or your right hand, and the mast is light enough to set up without walking it into position. I just stand inside the port side shroud, and up goes the mast. The lazy jack snagged me this time, but no big deal. I just pass the rigging behind me and keep right on going. A pin on the forward edge of the mast keeps the stick up while I pin the forestay to its bail on the stem and set the tensioning lever. There goes the pin to keep the mast up, and now I'll reach forward and fasten the forestay to its bail. While you wouldn't want to sail without the forestay, the pin is plenty strong to hold the mast in position while I finish with the standing rigging, and I get the best of both worlds. A mast that will hold itself up, and with shrouds and a forestay to give the rig plenty of strength. Even where I have plenty of vertical clearance, the hinged mast is a real plus. Setup on the picnic cat takes no more than 10 minutes, or maybe 15 if you slow down for a little conversation with other boaters. Once the rig is tensioned, I slide the boom, sail, and gaff up the mast a foot or two, and set the lazy jacks to hold the sail up out of my face. The lazy jacks are cleated with an automatic cleat called a lance cleat, which lets me set the length of the lazy jacks and cleat it off with just one tug. Cleating the downhaul is a good idea to keep the boom from drifting up and dropping the boom end in the water once the lazy jacks are taking the weight of the boom. Oops, I forgot to secure a seat hatch. We'll take care of that on the way back to the stern. The lazy jack line needs to go somewhere. It'll get in your face. So I've got a Ronstand snapped fair lead on the bottom edge of the boom. It's like a little hook. I coil the lazy jack line up and snap it into the hook, and there it stays, neat as can be. All rigged up and ready to go, we fire up the outboard and spin it around for backup gear. We'll rotate away from the bank, getting away from the obstructions. A little tiller will help here. We'll nudge that over in just a sec. And there we come around. Once we're pretty much looking back down the channel, I spin the outboard around. It doesn't have a reverse really. I spin the outboard motor back around to its normal position and power back up. And that is how we go sailing from the Running Branch Marina on Lake Limestone, where no sailboat has gone before.